second half underway. Out on the floor for Houston, it's Merchant, Cook, Blair, Love, and McFarland for Iowa State. Starting five of Ryan Jones-Brown. Sydney Harris out on the floor, and Audie as the first shot by Iowa State here in the late half misses. And for Houston, trying to figure out a way to get back into the game as they've been shortening the game, working each possession all the way down, the shot clock down.
First and third quarters have been their best. We'll see if they can hang in there with Iowa State down 15 at the break after a tough second quarter.
Jones, who led Iowa State in the first half with 11, gets fouled up top by Blair. That'll be second. Make it her third personal, first of the late half for Houston. And Lila will have to sit. Coming in her stead is going to be Summer Bostic.
And if you didn't catch it earlier in this game, Ariana Jackson out for Iowa State out of an abundance of caution. She's got a boot on over on the bench. A little bit against Kansas, but coaching staff wanting to have her for the home stretch, so sitting her out today.
Audie Crook now with 6. Here's a 3 by Cook. Can't get it to fall. Harris with the board. So Audie Crooks was 6, trying to get her 60th straight game, but she's scored in double figures. Now sitting at 59. Here's Brown 3. Can't get it to fall. As Stick will control it now for Houston. Travel going to be called on the Cougars.
Houston taking good care of the basketball. That's just their 6th giveaway this evening.
Lily Hansford will come into the game now for Kelsey Jones. Brown will look to enter it now. The skip pass to Hansford is going to be called for a
should have just taken that shot, Lily. Just 1 of 1 from 3. Hey,
sometimes players think they're ball handlers, right?
Do sometimes, yeah. Lily, Sydney, just catch it and shoot it.
Cook will go to work here. Bostic picked up by Ryan. Here's Merchant's 3. Wide of the mark. McFarland goes down to get it, and Hansford will end up with it for Iowa State. Here come the Cyclones. Ryan into the front court will pull up. She's got 7. Funny how that pace just picked up there for a second or two.
Well, as you mentioned, Houston tried to take a little air out of the basketball. Longer possessions, which I think is a good move when you only have 6 players healthy, but they can definitely get up and run. I mean, we may mention the athleticism of this team, and coach would prefer to play 94 feet of heat. He just doesn't quite have the bodies for it with as many injuries as they've had this season.
Emily Ryan going to be calling for the foul, and Gigi Cook is a little slow to get up. Gigi, a transfer from Maryland, missed all of last season with a torn ACL. And a little hobbled as she works her way to the foul line, and what a personality.
Yes.
Gigi, just a sophomore communications major. She will be on a mic someday.
Yeah, she's funny.
Right now trying to play through the pain as she knocks down the free throw.
Well, this Houston team, they just don't really have a choice.
Yeah, just again, it's been the storyline for them all Big 12 season, basically, only playing with 6. And again, they hope to get the sources of Leilani Hugman back. Here's Ryan's three. Get it to fall. And this is going to stay with Iowa State. So Kelsey Jones back out on the floor. In for Sydney Harris. Brown will enter. Just does get it in front of the 5 count, but back out by Cook. So it's going to stay with Iowa State.
Cyclones 0 of their last 4 from the field.
It'll be Ryan's turn for the entry. We'll get it out to Brown. Hansford for 3. Bostic looked to put it on the floor, but going to be called for a travel. The second half, the way it's gotten started, kind of feels like you're trying to start a car here in February weather in Iowa. It's churning.
Chug.
And rebound going to be pulled down by Houston.
You're saying this isn't the most aesthetically pleasing brand of basketball you've ever seen?
Well, we're going to continue to crank the ignition and see if this thing gets going like it did in the half. And Houston will get the bucket here from Peyton McFarland. She's got 6 now. You can hear this crowd. They're trying to fire up.
Well, and this chilly temp certainly didn't keep the Cyclone faithful from showing out tonight. Cyclone 6th in the nation in attendance this year. Great crowd.
Yeah, Iowa State been averaging over 10,000 fans per game. And obviously the largest crowd that Houston has played in front of this season. As Audie Crooks will check out, Elisa Williams in for the first time in the late half. Brown will get it into Williams, goes with her left hand. Couldn't get it to fall. As Houston's making it a 10-point game, that 3 left long, rebound to Brown.
That shot looked good from our vantage point. Thought that was going to go down.
Cyclones' largest lead was at 17. And now Jones will be fouled on the wing. And that's going to be on Layla Blair, and that's a big foul, as that is going to be her 4th. And that's what Houston can ill afford. Ouch.
Well, she's leading this team in scoring with 12 points, but really it's just a healthy body. That hurts you more than anything.
Yeah, Houston, and just those 6 players. Now you have to start a game with 5. You can play with 4. Here's Jones on the drive. She has 13, a new season high. Iowa State back up by 12.
What was it these Houston players were calling themselves? You asked if they had developed any type of nickname.
Well, they said Fab 5 was taken, but we have 6. We're just going to call ourselves a Fab 6. Here's McFarland. And McFarland going to be fouled on the floor. That's going to bring us to a timeout on the floor. 4:31 to play here in the 3rd quarter. You're watching Big 12 basketball here on ESPN+. In the 2nd quarter, TCU and Arizona State also just getting started.
Sometimes it seems like that ball is attached to a string.
Ryan now with 10 in the game, as her scoring has really picked up over the last few weeks and during this 4-game winning streak for Iowa State, or 3-game. Trying to go for 4 tonight. McFarland can be fouled by Crooks.
Coach,
that'll be Audie's first.
And speaking of Emily Ryan, Coach Finley chatted with us a little bit about the fact that this team only has 4 more games in the regular season, including tonight. Only 1 more home game after this evening. And this is a young team. I mean, when you think about college basketball standards today, Ryan, the only senior. Last chance for her to play in Hilton Coliseum coming up in early March. And for someone who's been here for 5 seasons,
yeah,
that means a lot.
And she has really etched her name in the record books, not only at Iowa State, but nationally too as well. As McFarland came into the game at 78%, misses both free throws. And the story for Houston, their top player, Layla Blair, on the bench with 4 personal fouls. Here's a 3 by Ryan. That's left short. Jones tracks down the rebound and will be tied up. Possession arrow will give it to Houston.
Nice hustle play there by Kelsey Jones. Not able to keep possession of the basketball there due to that jump ball, but there's a reason why she wears knee pads.
And uses them.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not a fashion statement.
Yeah.
Now Merchant will go to work. Cook going to be called for the walk. Lily Hansford now will come into the game for Ryan. So it's Harris, Crooks, Hansford, Jones, and Brown. And for Houston, Merchant, Cook, Bostic, Love, and McFarland. Addie Brown in the paint. Good swim move. Back with her left hand to get the bucket.
Well, Cyclones were 2 of their last 10 from the field. I wonder if, since they've missed some 3-pointers for the first time this evening, going below 50% from that 3-point arc, if maybe coaching staff decided, let's get a little higher percentage look.
The kick out. They'll move it around now. Bostic to Love. 3 on the shot clock. She'll fire. And another rebound for Jones. Brown will shoot.
Audie Crook's not getting too many touches tonight. 3 of 8 from the field. 6 points, 7 rebounds.
And McFarland, I mean, a lot of it has been McFarland with the terrific defense. Cook can't get it to fall, but Gigi, again playing hurt, will go back to the line. As Crooks picks up her second. Emily Ryan back out on the floor for Hansford. As Cook hits the free throw. Now with 5. And Gigi has hit all of her free throws here tonight.
Free throws definitely not a factor in this game. Cougars 4 of 6. Iowa State just 2 of 2.
Iowa State will try to set it up for Crooks if they can.
After doubling in the post.
2 Cyclones so far in double figures. Jones leading the way with 13, Ryan with 10, Brown and Harris with 9 each. Harris for 3. And a travel committed by Houston. Merchant and Cook both going for the ball. And Merchant called for the walk. Williams will re-enter now for Crooks. Iowa State with their largest lead here at 18, trying to add to it. It's going to stay with Iowa State. 20 on the shot clock. So now Ryan enters it out to Brown. Addy will pull up. Iowa State going to hold for one here as the third quarter winds down. A slow start. Cyclones able to build up an 18-point lead as they hold for one here down the stretch. Here's Jones for three. Left it long. Cook with the board, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So 10 minutes remain. Iowa State trying to get win number 19. You're watching. Been here from Hilton Coliseum. It's Iowa State with Sydney Harris out on the floor, joined by Ryan, Jones, Brown, and Crooks. And for Houston, they're starting by Blair, Cook, Love, Merchant, and McFarland. Here's Crooks inside. Going to be fouled, and Audie will go to the line to shoot two as McFarland will pick up her first.
Audie Crooks with a little bit of a quieter night for Iowa State thus far. 6 points. Really balanced scoring for the Cyclones.
Audie able to knock down the free throw. Now with 7 points, 7 rebounds tonight. And she makes both.
This Iowa State team had a midweek bye last week. Coach Finley shared with us that they're really viewing this home stretch as a 5-game stretch.
Addie Brown now in double figures with 11. There's some key games coming up for Iowa State, including Baylor coming up this weekend as McFarland gets the bucket now with 8. Well, you can't but think, too, with this weekend, Houston and Iowa State. College Game Day going to be broadcasting from Houston. The big matchup in men's basketball between these two schools. Blair with those 4 fouls looking to go to work. Will pull up. Draws contact off of Jones and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, we knew that she could put up points. She's spent a little bit of time on the bench with some foul trouble. But at this point in the game, you got to keep your best scorer in the game. Not really in a position to be choosy
No.
about substitutions.
Who do we got? As Blair misses the front end of the 2-shot opportunity. Came in shooting right at 82%. In fact, made the decision to come back to Houston during the offseason. In fact, said it was pretty automatic. Now Brown looking for Crooks. Emily Ryan will drive in. Can't get the layup. It's going to stay with Iowa State.
Credit Audie Crooks with her work on the offensive glass there. 2 red jerseys versus 1 for Audie Crooks, and the ball is knocked out of bounds off a red team.
Love will come back in for Bostic. Harris will fire a 3. Gets it, her 8th point of the night. Lead at 14. Foul going to be called here on Merchant. That'll be her 2nd. Now Hansford will come back in for Ryan. Pass out to Harris at the top. She'll pull up. Brown had the rebound deflected away. It'll stay with Iowa State. 20 on the shot clock. as Jones will look to inbound. Well, he gets the double screen high. Let's see what Iowa State does with 10 on the shot clock. Here's Crooks over to Harris. Now Hansford back to Crooks. Audie tried to do a step back, and terrific defense by Peyton McFarland. Peyton McFarland defensively here tonight has done a terrific job on the Big 12's leading scorer in Audie Crooks.
Yeah, I think Kiara Merchant might have swiped her hand in there and knocked the ball free a little bit as well.
It's a 14-point game. Iowa State back to work offensively. Now Crooks. Audie has that one deflected away by McFarland. It will stay with Iowa State. Now Jones to Brown into Crooks. Fights through a double team, and Crooks gets her 10th point of the night. Now 60 straight games in double figures, and she's had to earn all of them tonight. Merchant shot wide of the mark. This will stay with Iowa State. Well, Houston, again, another gallant effort since February 1st, again, just playing with 6 players. As Crooks going to be tied up. Possession arrow will give it to Houston.
You mentioned Audie Crooks with her 10th point in this game. 4 players now for Iowa State in those double figures, but pretty balanced scoring attack for Iowa State. Jones with 13, 11 for Addie Brown, 10 apiece for Ryan and Crooks, and Sydney Harris not far behind at 3 triples of her own.
Blair will pull up. Can't get it to fall as Addie Brown will clear it. Brown now with 11 rebounds tonight. Addie with the drive, tries to dump it down. It's going to stay with Iowa State.
Addie Brown wants those assists.
Yeah. 4 away from a triple-double for Brown, by the way.
She's got the rebounds now.
And she's a little slow to get up. And Elisa Williams will come in for Crooks. And the lead official, Brenda Pantoja, is talking things over with Addie Brown, and now Brown is going to exit the game as Emily Ryan will come in for her. And the trainers will take a look at her. I mean, it's been a very physical game, despite the lack of fouls. Here's Ryan, and Ryan going to be called for the charge.
Not much for foul trouble. Blair still sitting on those 4 personal fouls for Houston, but no one for Iowa State with more than 2.
Looking to go to work. Love, able to get it. That's her 4th point. And now a timeout going to be taken here by Houston. It's a 14-point game with 4:51 to go. You're watching Big 12 basketball here on ESPN+.
Is in this second half. Houston's really hung right in there. I have to give this team a lot of credit with all that they've been through from an injury perspective. Come on the road to a very cold environment and a really nice crowd. Only having 6 players available. Hats off to them.
Shot clock winding down. Ryan has it kicked away. Bostic up with it for Houston. Cook to Blair. Gigi on the drive. Left-hand layup good by Gigi Cook. Now in double figures with 10. And it's a 12-point game. Iowa State's largest lead at one time was at 19. Ryan will drive. Can't finish, but will go to the line to shoot two as Ryan is a little slow to get up. And that will bring us to another timeout on the floor. 3:53 to go. Cyclones lead it by 12 as you're watching Big 12 basketball here on ESPN+.
Institutions always super helpful in giving us time with coaches. Hard to believe that it's mid to late February.
Ryan makes it a 13-point game as Addie Brown will check in for Ryan. Ryan now with 11. And out on the floor for Houston, they've got Boston, who has the ball right now. Blair, Love, McFarland, and Cook. Here's Blair. Gigi measuring. Now finds Love. Can't get it to fall, and the rebound to Brown. Some big possessions for Iowa State here to try to salt this one away. Houston just hasn't gone away. Inside, Crooks, and one.
Houston's done a nice job of defending Audie Crooks tonight. Kelsey Jones putting that post-entry pass where only Audie Crooks could catch it along that inline.
15-point game. Crooks with 8 second-half points. Blair going to be stolen away by Jones. Cyclones, as you see, with their third steal of the game. Here's Crooks on the block. Going one-on-one. Missed it. Shot clock still winding down as that one did not touch rim. Audie with the kick out to Harris. Now to Brown for three. Blair thought about it, now will pull it back down. Here's Love. High post to McFarland. And Peyton McFarland in double figures with 10. Now 2 minutes to play. Crooks going to work against McFarland. Now the kick out to Jones. They try to go back to Audie. It's going to be stolen away by Love. Cook for three. Can't get it to fall. And another admirable effort for Houston. In one game this year against UCF, they only had 5 players available. As Brown will go to the line to shoot two. Cook will pick up her second.
We mentioned Iowa State just with one home game remaining this season. They'll face off against Kansas State on Sunday, March 2nd.
Yeah, a couple of games on the road right now for Iowa State. This weekend playing at Baylor. Middle of the week at Central Florida. Then you mentioned the game against K-State to close out the regular season before the Big 12 Conference Tournament in Kansas City, as Brown able to knock one down. Cook and Blair leading the way with 13. Iowa State being paced by Kelsey Jones is 13. 12 each for Brown and Crooks. Ryan also in double figures with 11. Here's Audie. Going to be called for a travel.
Good effort by the Houston defense tonight against Audie Crooks. One of her lower outputs of the season with 12 points.
Still able to keep the double figure streak going, though. Coming off a game in which she scored 25 at KU, now with 60 straight games in double figures.
Well, for a player who leads the nation in field goal makes,
yeah,
she's only attempted 12 shots tonight. So it certainly illustrates what Houston has done when she's caught the basketball, but probably even more so what they've done in keeping the basketball out of her hands.
Timeout going to be taken here by Houston. Iowa State leads it by 11. With just a shade under 32 seconds to play. Houston, here's what the Cougars have left remaining. At home against Arizona, then traveling to TCU. They'll close out the regular season at home against Central Florida coming up on March the 2nd. Again, as they try to find a win, looks like they're going to be losing their 9th straight here. And for Iowa State, we mentioned their schedule at Baylor, at Central Florida, and then home on March the 2nd on ESPN2 against K-State. Here's Blair for three. Can't get it to fall. Hansford with the rebound. The shot clock is off, and that should do it. Iowa State going to get win number 19 and their 10th Big 12 Conference victory and their 4th in a row, while Houston is going to drop their 9th in a row. And again, another gallant effort out of the Cougars. So Iowa State going to win it 64-53, your final score.